Hi there! In this tutorial, we'll be seeing how to use the Engage Tweets by Keywords promotion on TweetFull. First, click on Add Promotion, and as you can see, it's a three-step procedure, first one being the keywords itself. To begin, first write in the promotion name. Next, type in the keywords that you want included in the tweets that TweetFull will find for you. For example, let's say you're a food business, so your keywords might be food, business, and restaurant. You can also select the language in which you want your tweets or select where they come from. Let's say I only want my tweets from New York City and within a 50-mile range. TweetFull will now filter out those tweets according to my personal preferences. But do keep in mind that this filter reduces the overall reach of the tweets that you will get. So we recommend you to not use this filter as long as you can afford to. Now, to see the kind of tweets that you will be targeting, click on the preview button. As you can see, my reach potential as of right now is pretty good. The same wouldn't be possible if I had set, let's say for example, the location filter. Once you have gone through the tweets, you can simply click on the cross icon and begin with the next step. Here, you can get as specific as you want. Firstly, if you want the tweets that mention a specific Twitter account, you can add so here. You can also add the accounts that you might want to specifically want to avoid. These may include notorious spam accounts or simply the ones that you wish to ignore. Next, if you want TweetFull to remain inactive while you're asleep or off for some other activity, you can select the option No Activity After Dark and select your preferred time interval. Furthermore, you can also select the followers to following ratio of the people whose tweets you will be targeting. But do keep in mind that the higher the ratio, the less likely you are to reach more number of people. So we recommend you to not use this feature at all or to keep it as low as possible. Similarly, you can also select the follower and following count of those people. But again, we recommend you to not go too high on the follower count, because doing so, you might not be able to get the desired number of tweets. You can also select the total number of tweets that the people that you're going to follow should have. Keep in mind that spam accounts usually have a lot of tweets while inactive accounts don't. So make sure to set a healthy balance. Nextly, you can also select their account age. Keep in mind that new accounts are much more likely to follow you back than older accounts. You can also filter out the tweets based on the number of hashtags, URL links, and mentions used. Do keep in mind that the more number of filters that you set up, the harder it will be to find out the suitable tweets for you. So we recommend you to keep these filters unchecked. Once you're done with all of that, you can either hit on preview or go directly to the next step. Here in the third step, you can select how often you want to like the tweets that TweetFull found for you based on the search criteria that you set earlier. We do realize that not all tweets are desirable, and some may contain some elements that are not appropriate for business use. To filter those out, you can simply select the sentiment scorings. What this basically does is it filters out those tweets that can potentially contain some negative elements. Moving on, once you have liked the desired number of tweets on Twitter,
You might also want to unlike them to maintain a healthy like count on Twitter. For that, we recommend keeping the unlike button turned on. At the current setting, I'll be unliking those tweets that are liked earlier 24 hours after the like cycle has ended. Now you might ask what the like cycle is. It's basically like the follow cycle that we saw in the earlier promotion copy followers. How it works is first we like the desired number of tweets that you set, which is set by default to 500. Then we take a little gap, which is 24 hours in this case, and then we start with the unliking cycle, where you'll be unliking those tweets that you liked earlier. Do keep in mind that this process is not instantaneous. It might take some time before we are able to unlike each and every tweet that you liked earlier. Moving on, we also have the option to retweet tweets. Simply click on the button and set your frequency. But do keep in mind that once you have retweeted, the action cannot be undone. So we recommend keeping it turned off or being just a little more careful with this feature. You can also select sentiment scorings for the same. Nextly, we have the following speed, where you can select how fast you want to follow people. At the current setting, I'll be following up to 400 people per day. You can also select sentiment scorings for the same. Nextly, you can also select after what time you want to start unfollowing those people. This works the same as the like and unlike cycle that we talked about just before. At the current setting, I'll be unfollowing those people that I followed earlier 3 days after the follow cycle has ended. Now, there may be cases where you may end up following someone again after you had already unfollowed them before. If you don't want that to happen, you can simply keep the ignore previously followed option checked. We'll make sure that you don't follow someone twice. You can also choose to not unfollow the people who are starting to follow you back. Keep in mind that these include only the people that you followed using TweetFull. Your existing followers will not be affected. Nextly, you can also choose to mute the people after you follow them, in case you don't want to see any of their updates. Again, this only includes the people that you followed using TweetFull. Moving further, you can customize TweetFull in such a way that every action we take will now first have to be approved by you. We recommend not turning on this feature since it may take a lot of time for you to approve all the actions that we take. Nextly, you can choose to allow TweetFull to optimize your promotion. What this means is our team will look into your promotions and tweak them just a little bit so you can always accomplish your targets that you had set on TweetFull. Moving on, you can choose to exclude tweets with replies, links, or the ones that are possibly too sensitive for business use. You can also choose to avoid the accounts which have an egg as a profile picture and the ones with empty bios, because usually they are the ones that are inactive and don't engage with any activity on Twitter. You can also choose to not engage with the people who are already following you on Twitter. Once you're done with all of these filters, simply click on Save All. And there you go. You can now go to your dashboard to view your promotion. Thanks for watching, and if you have any queries, please do let us know.